Hi, everyone. So, yeah, thank you very much. I'm really glad to be here at the launch of this new event. So, my name is Leo Lipovac. I'm a second-year PhD student at INED, the French Institute for Demography Study. And I'm also a partner of a company named Diginov, who is working on mapping the buildings. I will talk about it later. So, my thesis is about estimating population using satellite imagery. And I want to present to you an article I am working on about disaggregation on Madagascar. So to introduce, I wanted to discuss how satellite imagery can help with the census and how it could be useful in Africa. So we know that since 1950, there was the population of Africa has grown rapidly from 230 million to 1.3 billion in 2020, and it is important that to be able to quantify this rapid population increase. But above all, we need to be able to locate it so that national government can put in place appropriate public policies, particularly with a view to achieving the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. So usually when we face these issues, it is customary to use the censuses, but we generally can have some problematics. So in Africa, the censuses are generally old. Many countries have a census that is more than 10 years old, such as Nigeria or Democratic Republic of Congo. And the results are often available at low geographical level, which mask spatial disparities. So we propose the solution is to use satellite images to identify buildings, and then a combination of social, environmental, and physical characteristics to estimate the population within these buildings. So to do this, we are using some data. So first, we are using the Telesense project run by Diginov, the company I am working with. So to do that, we are using the Sentinel-1 and 2 satellite images from the Copernicus program from the European Space Agency. So these images are providing us radar and optical images every 6 days at 10-meter resolution and on a free access. So we use these images, in particular the combinations of dry and wet season images to create the algorithm that identify buildings, as we can see on the graph on the right. So we can see on the bottom that we identified 425 built-up areas. So we commonly name these built-up areas some shapes, and on each of these shapes we are assigning some variables such as surface area, building density, precipitation temperature, night light intensity, etc., etc. And so the final aim is to estimate the population within this built-up area. So because we want to distribute the population logically, we need to use a good quality source. So to do that, we are using the 2018 census carried out in Madagascar, which gives us the population counts at the commune level. Secondly, so we are only working on one, for the moment, we are only working on one region, which is Itassi, which comprises 51 communes. And the aim is to create linear regression or random forest algorithm in order to understand how the population is distributed into the commune. These results are then used as a weighting layer to logically distribute the population within the detected built-up area. So it's kind of the same model that Corentin explained to us earlier, but with not exactly the same variables and not the same output. So the methodology is summarized here. We start with the region where we detected 50,000 shapes, so built-up area. And for instance, we take a commune and we have 35,000 inhabitants to distribute. And at the end, you can see the results where we disaggregating all the population within all the built-up area. And it should be noted, it is important that to say that the main innovation of this work is like, unlike WorldPop and other organizations, which generally estimate the population on gridded basis, we propose here to estimate the population directly in the built-up area that we detect. So to finish, I wanted to give you some perspective for the near future, but also for the end of the thesis. So first of all, I know that obviously it's not enough to work on only one region. So in order to have much more robust prediction models, we are already working with 5 additional regions, as we can see on the right. It will give us some more climatical and environmental diversity, but also in terms of buildings with major differences between rural and urban areas. And after, once we will be sure of the logical distribution of the population in the built-up area, we are going to create new model based on this estimate in order to test the possibility of having demographic models that do not require a census beforehand. We will, once these models have been created, we will test them on a few regions on the Ivory Coast where a census was held in 2021. To finish, this work could be really useful for finding out the population where there is no recent census, but also in the event of political crisis, climate crisis, when certain regions may sometimes be inaccessible, or in certain regions, such as Mayotte, where the population is moving rapidly, particularly with the construction of very large informal housing estates in the country. Thank you.